10-minute anxiety fix for $5. So this is my, um, we'll say, amazing promotion. And I want to explain a lot of things regarding this promotion. And yes, of course, it's amazing, and it is that so, and given to you telepathically, globally, anywhere, and pay only if you are satisfied. Right? That's the basic promotion. So I want to discuss that a little bit more in detail, how it came about, what's the circumstances, what you can expect, and about why that particular promotion as well in this video. For those of you who like the contents of my videos, please also do not forget to press like and subscribe if you haven't already. This will greatly help my channel to reach out to more people. And also an optional extra favor, if you could just drop a comment and share it with just one other person or one more social media channel of yours, I would very highly appreciate that. So, but the bottom line is I thank you just for your time spending with me and listening to me, because I understand how precious time is, and you have choices of so many things and choosing me. A very big thank you for that. Okay. And for those who don't know me, I'm Osman. I'm a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing with critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and spiritual ailments. And of course, my amazing offer of 10-minute anxiety fix for just $5, less than the price of a Starbucks coffee, and delivered to you telepathically anywhere globally, instantly, and pay only after you're satisfied. Visit my website, yogawellness786.com, yogawellness786.com, for more contact information regarding this. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art form for almost 50 years and teaching for 44 years. In that time, I studied under various masters from different schools of thought, from different cultures and across the globe, from the Far East, the Middle East, and the West, including the scientific communities. To that end, I've taken the best of all the worlds, creating my own unique protocols, but making them much easier, quicker, faster, more time efficient, and results oriented, basically adapting them for the 21st century, right? Taking the ancient sciences, adapting them to this style, to that end, I now have students in over 100 countries. My favorite protocol is my 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free by visiting my website, yogawellness786.com, in exchange for subscribing to my blog, and where you can also get more information about my services. Also, remember that my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So, coming back to this choice and the price, right? So, I generally am someone very passionate in anything that I do, and I try to give it my best and keep improving in what I'm doing. And I've been practicing this for a very long time. Before I started to offer energy healing formally as a business, I only started to offer it as a business at the age of 50. I started this at the age of 8, just voluntarily. If someone was close to me and someone who knew, I never used to disclose I had this gift or anything to anyone, who I felt they needed my help, and I used to just uh, take my hands in prayer and so forth, for them, knowing that I know how to heal energetically, right? And it was not just dispersed one or two or a handful of people, right? Probably in my life up to the age of 50, probably only assisted, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 people, right? Less than 100, right? Not more than 100. Let's say less than 100, right? Because I'm not going to go in detail thinking of my whole life, right? And then after that, from the age of 50 to now, well over 1,000, right? Because I wanted to be sure that I'm on a certain level. I always say I'm on a master level, right? So I reached master level by the age of 49, right? Where I learned, I had the Kundalini awakening by the age of 19, and it took me 30 years before I got the handle on how to control the Kundalini energy. You know, I mean, we can't control, but I learned how to interact in a way in an understanding way and develop it in an understanding way, develop that interaction and grow the energy and utilize that energy for other people's benefit. So I could have used it for my own personal benefit, right? My own mystical progress, but I taken that energy freely and giving it to others because I feel self-satisfied. I reached stage of self-satisfaction very early in my life, right? Um, I would say by the time I was 19, or maybe by the time I was 32, right? When the throat chakra fully activated completely. And it's powder blue in color. That is the self-satisfaction stage where whether things the worst things happen to you or the best things happen to you, you're cool with everything, right? And you're not crazy. You get sad, on certain things, and you get happy also, but it doesn't overcome me, right? And I'm able to be together, go through my mourning or my sadness period, or allow myself to celebrate and so forth, and then I'm fine, right? So usually, what takes people weeks, months, years, lifetime to get over, a negative incidents, only 15, 20 minutes, I'm okay. After that, I'm back to normal, right? Not more than 30 minutes, right? So when I came to that level and able to offer it, and I was able to do miracles, right? Because I know the science for a long time. Now I've got the extra power. I know how to work with Kundalini, right? 30 years of struggling to learn to do it, and I found the way. So of course, my students, I teach them in an instant how to do it. Right? They don't have to struggle like how I struggled, right? So I'm creating shorter cuts. So of course, I'm able to do it, and I was used to previously in commercial enterprise and my commercial businesses. So I'm self-employed for 29 years, and at the age of 50, I decided to do my passion full time as a business and use my experience in business. That I reached the peak of self-satisfaction, in business, and continue my business journey with my passion as opposed to something that I'm not really finding self-satisfaction in, just purely making money. So I was charging like 2 million US dollars upward, right? Eventually at the peak of my career. And then when I came into the energy healing fully, and then my network was like I've got 1.1 million multimillionaires and billionaires in my network because I dealt with them, with the investors. I was in the Dubai market and dealing with the investors, and you build up your database of investors, right? Who can invest in what you are, you're trying to sell. You're trying to sell investment properties, or you're trying to get hold of people who can afford the type of fees in the top tier, right? And I was focusing on that, right? So of course, when I came into it, I was able to charge. Then how did I come with $5 then? Because I noticed that I started to think deeply after 5 6 years that yes, I only need to get 1 or 2 clients, and am I going to struggle to get that one or two clients? No, I got the database 1.1 million. This my phone, my contacts in my phone is over 20,000, right? Contacts, right? I don't have to connect with anyone, just update my status. I'm going to get customers. I always got customers. I'm always busy with energy healing because my network, my referral network is great. So, do I need your $5 or anyone's $5? No, I don't need that. I'm okay financially, and I can, continue building. And I just have to focus. Can I raise finance? Because I'm doing my business as a startup. It's struggling, right? I would admit it's struggling at this stage, but not struggling in the sense that, struggling in the way you're thinking. In a snap of a finger, I can connect with some people. I can raise 100 million US dollars, right? No problem, right? But I don't want other people's money and other people's telling me how to run my business after that. When someone parts with $100 million, even when the people part with $2 million, they think they part with $200,000. They think their life, they give you your life and they own your life. No, they don't. I don't need their 200,000 and they're the same, and then feel they own me after that. I'd rather build it myself because there is a way to build it myself. I know I've got experience. I lost so many businesses in my career and I rebuilt again from scratch so many businesses, and I know what it takes to build a business, right? Sometimes it takes 9 years, sometimes it takes 13 years, sometimes it takes 6 years, right, to take things off the ground. Now just 5 years, and in this past 5 years, I developed the protocols, and I'm on a level that is really amazing, and I'm really proud on the value added service that I'm giving. So coming back to Then why? Is because I decided, no, let me go for the mass market instead of this niche market which I was used to. I was focusing on it because I got so used to focusing on that market, right? And I said, do I want to make a lot of small monies or just a little bit of big money? Because I don't want to be stressed, inundated with a lot of people, right? I want to have a peaceful life, right? I don't want to be troubled by thousands of people and have a volunteer organization with 11 million. I don't know how Sadhguru does it, right? 11 million volunteers that he's doing, and he's busy. He doesn't even have like 10 minutes free. He's so busy. He's with meeting after meeting, country after country, city after city, you know, trying to spread his mission and trying to also do good with the economy, ecology, and so forth. And that is what was like. I didn't want that. Then I said no, but I've got so much of value in what I'm offering, and it needs to be offered to the people who need it the most is the majority of people. How I'm going to reach out to them? If I'm going to say $200, right, a session, who's going to even believe? People don't even believe such a thing as energy healing exists, right? So I want it to be a no risk, and I don't want to give it for free also, right? Because I'm a business person, right? We don't want to give anything for free. Pay for something, right? If you're giving for free, always there's a trade-off, right? I've got a free 5-minute yoga and meditation program, but trade-off with a subscription to my um, blog, right? And I tell that upfront, that so that people are not going there, and then I don't want them to go there to subscribe and unsubscribe, right? I want them to stay subscribed, right, and build my this thing. So of course, still, I mean, we can't control people. So in order to appeal, then I said I've recently found that the price of Starbucks coffee went up to I think $5.19, in the US. I said, man, and the people are complaining that now to even have a coffee, you have to. So, but I mean, it's you're treating yourself to a coffee. It's now like a treat, not just something. So I want the people to have some respect for my energy healing as well. That it is a little bit cheaper than a treat as well, right? Not something that you uh, uh, take for granted anymore. Now, Starbucks coffee is no longer taken for granted by the majority of people. To say it's too expensive, 5.19, but it's taken, as a treat. They go there because they appreciate the coffee and they respecting that coffee. So I'm attaching my promotion to cheaper than the price of a Starbucks coffee, but very close, like 19 cents. So they respect what I'm giving, but it's also they're not going to feel it's going to break the bank. It's worth taking a risk. $5, if they lose $5, it's not a big loss, but there's no risk because don't pay if you're not happy, right? I say only if you're satisfied, pay only after finished, and only if you're satisfied. If you're not satisfied, you think this was not done by me, it just happened coincidentally that after said I'm going to give it, and then it got better, right? Your anxiety started to improve or you start to decrease. You're feeling some calmness, some benefit from it. It's just maybe you're not happy, you doubt it, don't pay, right? Because it's not that I want to lose money. I want people only to pay and to be my customer if he believes in what I'm doing so that I can upsell him, and the other things and other benefits, use my 30-minute program, my 1 hour program. I'm not making it more expensive. I'm keeping it on the same foundation. $5 for 10 minutes, $15 for 30 minutes, $30 for 1 hour. When I went across the internet, I couldn't find any energy healer offering. The cheapest I found was $35 a session, right? So it's still cheaper than what I found to be for what I found. Maybe there is cheaper, I don't know, right? But what I found to be very cheap, 35, I said, oh, people charging $35, so cheap. So I'm in that par also. So it's working financially around that to be cheapest to penetrate. My job is not to making money, penetrating the market to go far and wide as quick as possible, right? So, and why anxiety fix? It is one of the biggest problems which depression, anxiety is considered by the World Health Organization reaching pandemic levels, and even suicide is reaching pandemic levels these days, right? So it is something that is a very big pain. You have to offer something in business that is you're touching a pain point, what people need, right? You're giving what they need desperately, you're giving it, for a very cost effective and a risk free way, and to engage them in other things, because they may need, longer sessions. If they believe it helped them a little bit, then they will venture to take, my 10-day protocol, my 100-day protocols, and make a bigger commitment, and take it 10 days at a time if you want, or 1 day at a time, 1 hour sessions or 2 hour sessions, right? 1 hour will be $30, 2 hours will be $60, right? 10 days of standard 1 hour sessions is $30, is $300, right? Times 10. Simple, right? Easy mathematics. Double session, because some things are more intense, is $60. 10 days is $600, right? Standard 100-day protocol. Sometimes you need to work, especially psychological things, you need to work slowly with it, right? Because there's a lot of stuff in your subconscious mind, right? 100 days at a time for substantive, improvement, in all the things, to get all the demons out from you, at least the surface ones, and give you a substantive improvement. So if it is, $30, for 1 day standard treatment, right? For 100 days is $3,000, right? For standard. And then I have my intensive treatment, like people in critical care recovery. I charge more because it takes a lot of my energy. It brings me almost to the death point. Some things needs, are very, very serious and need my full attention. I can't even be, I don't know whether it's going to be my last healing session. It's possible that I may even die from it, right? And what I'm doing, I'm saving the person's life as well, right? So it's going to higher levels as well. And I charge for that for a 10-day protocol. That's minimum 10-day protocol, right? You can't just try it for 1 day, because this is an intensive. Someone is a critical care recovery, they're in hospital, need minimum 10 days for them to come out. Very recommended that they continue it for 100 days, because they will lose that benefit of that energy healing within 6 to 12 months, and they will lose their life. So I just extended the life by 6 to 12 months. This I've got from experience in, decades of practice. I know what to expect from if I only do that, because 10 days later they're usually walking out of hospital, that they were expected to die, and 10 days later they're walking out, right? And they feel they don't need my services after that, and they don't want to take my advice, the dietary protocols, and because you're on the death line, right? You're going to lose your life 6 to 12 months later. You're going to lose. I just bought you time. It's my energy that brought you the time, not some luck on your side. They don't want to believe these things, right? So for that, I charge, 10 times more, right? Uh, per session, and it's $3,000 for a 10-day. This thing, and 100-day protocol is $30,000, right? 100 days. This is more than 3 months, right? So what is 30,000? Is it too much? No. Cancer treatment, stage 4 cancer, people pay up to $600,000 for the treatment. And what do you pay for? What do you get for 30,000? You can go to a good rehab, drug rehab center. It's going to cost you $30,000 a month, right? You can go to some of the good drug rehab. So we're not doing a rehab, we're saving your life, right? Cancer. So, it has to have some respect. Before that, I didn't want to accept less than $2 million, for terminal illness. But how many people going to afford? Just the top 1% can all afford 2 million. To save their life, $2 million, no problem. They're worth 100. So my top tier people were worth $100 million upwards, right? The poorer people were like $50 million, right? And upward. For them to take out $2 million to save their life was okay, because I saved something very precious to them, right? And they believe, in the. So to get the mass market to believe, I need to offer something cheap, that is risk free, but giving something that they need great help in, and to start believing there's such a thing as telepathic healing, and it can work, and it does work. And then you start maybe a 30-minute session for some things, and wow, it works. And then a 1 hour. I'm playing the long game. I don't want next day, 3 months later, 1 year later, 2 years later, you're going to come back to me, and so forth. Build a stability with this niche, the mass market. So I needed to brace myself, and it took me 5 years before I decided to take that plunge, because I know what's it in for, right? You're gonna, like, 20 years from now, I'm not gonna even have 5 minutes. Already I don't have 2 minutes. I'm so busy, already, with so many protocols. And what am I going in for, right? Of course, then I'm gonna have to have a team that's gonna help me, But I don't abandon my own personal practice. My personal practice is 10 hours a day, right? I do energy, I do mindfulness, I do breath work, and I do energy protocols, and I do prayer, and I do certain mantras in the Islamic. Believe it or not, I'm Muslim. The whole Quran is a mantra, and we call it ruqya, and we call it dhikr, differently, but it's mantra. People understand it as a mantra. Now, mantra, you can even be affirmations become a mantra, right? So it's a common word. It's now a word in the English dictionary, right? So, so all these things, I will not leave, right? I will not be on the level of Sadhguru ever, and maybe I'll never reach his stage. Maybe I'm being over optimistic, or maybe something. But I know whenever I set a goal, so far in my life, I achieve things that are unimaginable. You know, because of being grounded in yoga and meditation from a long time. And this is what I'm trying to encourage people. But I created protocols that are faster, quicker, easier, simpler, and that's why I'm making my offer $5, like a no brainer, to introduce you to the concept of telepathic healing, to understand how it is real and how it can work, from someone who's professional in it, right? And open up this knowledge and awareness to the world at large, so that they take this as an alternative combined with their medical protocol, right? The medical treatment has got 4,000 medication that can treat 4,000 illnesses, but there are 14,000 ailments that don't have a cure. They don't have a medication for it. What are you going to do? So this is one solution, while this looking for the medications, and this is also very supportive where, medical sciences can't help you anymore. They come to a level where the medicine is no longer working. When I step in, my success rate on average is over 90%, right? On average, the medical medicine success rate is 20%. So, but it doesn't mean I'm more powerful than medicines, because who's coming to me is after they've tried medicine, right? So it's not broadly that they're coming to me without trying. After they've failed, so of course, 14,000 ailments is not curable. Only 4,000 is curable, right? And the one that is curable, it is through a system that they found through trial and error, and has got many side effects. So with the natural, based healing, there's no side, zero side effect, right? There's nothing harmful. There's no harmful toxins or anything. It's just pure energy that's getting transferred to you. So this is the story behind my offer and what's based around it. And you can see it's very intricate, and I'm not going into too much detail as well. So I'm just sticking to the surface level of this justification, with you, so that you get a broader understanding of what's behind this, this 10-minute anxiety fix for just $5, less than the price of a Starbucks coffee, delivered to you telepathically anywhere globally, and pay only if it's successful. Right now, you understand what's behind it. Hope that information helps you, and take care of yourself always.